I always wanna, in the back of my mind, I always wanna record footage of whenever I set up photo shoots. Now, again, I keep mentioning this, so my apologies. But most of my figures, I packed up. Some are still out. So I finished this dial today for the most part. So I got the urge to take some shots, man. Honestly. And so I set up a couple different shots. The first one being something like this, a lot darker. I didn't want the dial to show up too much, as I don't like taking shots in a new dial that belongs to someone else, because I feel like I'd be taking shots away from them in a sense. So I also took this shot, something like this. And again, I don't think I exposed too much of the dial. I got, the bricks or whatever. This pole here. But I don't think I exposed the dial too much. Didn't show that door. Didn't really show the details of that door. Didn't show, the dial. I try my best not to show it too much. But yeah. So anyway, in this particular scene, Cap is just letting know Agent Coulson that tough decisions have to be made when they need to be made. One of those conversations that you can expect Cap to hear or to give his 2 cents on, as he's one of the leaders of the Avengers and fights for freedom and the whole nine. In the Guardians of the Galaxy comic book, at some point, Agent Venom was sent to the team, and actually, I believe he's still on the team. From what I remember, and I read on a monthly basis, from what I remember last, the team got captured. Everyone got captured separately, so they're starting to find each other now. And if I remember correctly, Star-Lord had found Gamora, and I believe Rocket as well, and they were now looking for Agent Venom and the rest of the team members. So wanted to just create a shot with Agent Venom and Star-Lord kind of having that classic standoff in a way. Where Star-Lord is like, dude, what are you doing? We're teammates. Use the dumpster that I've used a couple times already, but I still haven't packed that either. And also, I just want to give a quick thank you to Adam Rodriguez, who actually got me the Imperative set, the Thanos Imperative set. SDCC exclusive at cost, which was good looking out on his end. Last year for the SDCC 2013, which was the Thunderbolts. No, was it? Yeah, it was the Thunderbolts. I ended up paying about $160 for the set. So to get it for $108 plus shipping was good looking out. So I appreciate it, Adam. Good looking out. And then my homie Ed, Budget Jedi Ed, hit me up the other day, and he found some Venoms and grabbed one for me at cost as well. So always appreciate anybody that can help out. It's kind of cool, man. It's come to the point now in collecting where I can have patience. For example, the Black Widow from that Captain America set was going for a ridiculous amount at some point, $50-$60. I just stayed patient, and then Ed, who got me the Venom, hit me up and let me know that it was on the Hasbro website to hustle and get on it, and I did, man. I was able to get it for $16.99 shipped, which was amazing. So it's always cool to have people in the community, and when Ed came to bring me the figure, I always appreciate the fact that he thought of me, but I even appreciate, or I appreciate more so, the conversations that we have, and we're adults, so it's cool to have that conversation with someone who shares your love for the hobby, but yet can give you words of encouragement or hear you out. So good looking at it on the figure and more so on the conversation. Yeah, so I wanted to take a shot. So I actually posted a shot on Instagram, and had not put the kind of the tentacles or the symbiote or whatever, had not put it in the dumpster. Actually, it was still in the package. And then after I took the shot and posted, I was like, you know what, that would look cool if I had it going into kind of the dumpster and coming out of here a little bit. Almost like it's trying to wrap around, out and around and try to grab Star-Lord. So took this shot and put this shot on the ACBA page, and took this shot and put it on both Instagram and ACBA. I guess that became the kind of the B-side, just because the one on Instagram, it just had the lid closed and there was nothing inside of it. So I think again, ACBA at its core is not just about pictures, but it's about kind of taking the shot and recording it and kind of giving your thought process on what was behind that shot. All right, y'all. Peace out. All right, man. So my never-ending quest to improve my posing, which is essentially like improving on your jump shot if you was a basketball player. You can drive to the hole a million times, but eventually they stop you, because they know that that's your game. So you got to round up your game and you got to stop and pop, baby. Stop and pop. So yeah, man. So obviously dials are my going to the hole type of game, and I'm okay with that. And then when I stop and pop, they're bricks. So I'm fully aware of the fact that I need to get better at posing. So I actually took this avalanche I got in a trade with the homie Al Alvarez from the great state of Texas. Traded him. I traded away my the gas station. My gas station diorama. I'm downsizing, as I've mentioned a million times. I'm in the process of kind of packing up, and so I can't take every dial that I own. And I think at one point I had like 15, between 13 and 15 dioramas that I own. So starting getting rid of some of them, and so I saw Al had posted this avalanche along with a bishop, and there was a couple other figures. So I said I'll hit you off with the dio, and just send me I think it was like 3 figures. He ended up sending me 4 plus a bunch of dope ass Ghostbuster mini mates. There was an Elektra in there, Daredevil, a Rick Grimes, but it was a real cool package, and I appreciate it, Al. Good looking out. So yeah, man, I'm just trying to again improve on my posing. I mean, this looks okay. I mean, I know that, or I'm hoping that I'm gonna get some feedback in terms of how it could have been better. In this case, his fist doesn't close, but I wanted to really use this avalanche in a shoot, so or in a shot, in a photo shoot, for a shot, a couple shots. So yeah, that's the only thing. But again, I really wanted to use this avalanche. Dope figure. Yeah, so it's important for if you're gonna be part of ACBA and continue to improve. As I've said a million times, posing is important. So this is just another session of me trying to pose as best as I can. the pivot isn't that great, so his foot isn't necessarily flat on the floor. I think Spidey's feet are okay, as you know, the impact is gonna have him wobbled a little bit. Then I got that last foot kind of cemented and planted in there. Actually, this is, I wish it was a no strings attached. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I actually have some sticky stuff between Avalanche's fist and Spidey's face, and that's what's keeping Spidey from falling backwards, because that angle he'd, you know, definitely fall back. So, my ever elusive quest, and I'm out. Peace. Yeah, so I kind of fell asleep a few minutes ago, but wanted to get up and record this real quick before I pack this dial up and mail it off. The client, I showed the finished, what I felt was the finished dial, and the client said, you know, he felt, or he thought that I was gonna put a ladder. And the dilemma with putting a ladder was that most of the research I did had this section here kind of cut out, and the ladder would be through here. But the way I had built this already, I couldn't cut it out, because then the other side would have nothing to rest on. I could have done something in the bottom. I just thought it would have looked awkward, and the wood would have been hard to cut, because it's not balsa wood. It's the skinny sticks, which is like popsicle sticks. So I don't have the tool to cut a clean cut, so I couldn't do that little section. So anyway, I did that. So I just wanted to throw that in. That was from the last aisle. Just wanted to add that. So that was the final look. This light really doesn't really makes the dial too bright. Peace.